You ever been stuck on the side of the road? That feeling, right? Pure stress. But what's really fascinating is that the moment you call for a tow truck, you're kicking off this incredible, invisible chain reaction. It's this whole system that connects a high-stakes digital battle for your business to these hidden rules about what you pay, and even to the giant trucks that rule the highways. So let's pull back the curtain and deconstruct the hidden world behind a simple roadside breakdown.
Oh yeah, we have all felt that pit in our stomach. You're stranded. It feels like you're in the middle of nowhere. But in your hand, you've got a lifeline, your smartphone. And that little device, it's the key that unlocks a really complex system. And the very first step you take, well, it's a digital one.
So you're in a tough spot, you need help, and you need it fast. In these first few critical moments, your phone is everything. And pretty much every decision you're about to make is going to be driven by urgency. And let's be honest, probably a little bit of panic too.
Okay, so you pull out your phone, you type in towing services near me, and boom, a list of businesses just appears. But here's the thing, this is not random. The company that shows up at the very top of that list, they didn't get there by accident. They just won a fierce, totally invisible competition for your attention.
This digital battle is fought with a really powerful weapon, local search engine optimization, or SEO for short. It's this whole complex strategy that businesses use to make sure that they are the very first name you see, the first number you call, and, ultimately, the hero that saves your day.
Your state of mind is exactly what these businesses are banking on. See, you're not just casually browsing. You are what marketers call a high-intent customer. You have an immediate, urgent problem, and you are ready to pay someone, anyone, to solve it right now. For a towing business, your click is pure gold.
And the stakes here, they are incredibly high. Get this, a staggering 78% of local searches made on a phone lead to a real-world offline purchase. For a towing company, this means if they're not right at the top of your screen in that one critical moment, they might as well not even exist.
So how do they actually win this battle? Well, it's basically a four-part strategy. First up, they absolutely perfect their Google profile with all the right info. Second, they target the exact keywords you know you're going to search for, like 24-hour towing in Springfield. Third, they make sure their website is super fast and easy to use on your phone. And finally, and this is a big one, they collect all those glowing 5-star reviews that build trust when you need it most.
All right, so you've made the call. Help is on the way. The panic is starting to fade, but then a new worry creeps in. How much is this all going to cost? Now, you might think the price is just whatever the driver feels like charging, but in a lot of places, there's another hidden system at play, one that's actually designed to protect you.
And this is where consumer protection kicks in. We're going to look at a specific example from Victoria, Australia, where the government actually steps in and regulates the whole industry. They set maximum prices for towing, specifically so companies can't take advantage of drivers when they're in a vulnerable spot.
And these regulations are incredibly specific. In this case, there's a maximum base fee of $272.80. That one price covers the call-out and the first 8 kilometers of the tow, which gives you a clear, predictable starting point for the bill.
And that clarity just keeps going. For every single kilometer you travel beyond that initial 8, the maximum charge is set at a very precise $4.30. This way, the price scales fairly with distance, no surprises.
But what if your car breaks down at, say, 2 a.m. on a Saturday? The rules have that covered too. There's a maximum after-hours surcharge of $93.10. It's a way to acknowledge the extra cost of service at weird hours while still keeping the price from going through the roof.
So we have a system for getting the tow truck to you, and a system for regulating its price. But that truck, it's just one vehicle in a much, much larger ecosystem. It shares the road with absolute giants, behemoths, that operate under an even more complex web of rules. So let's zoom out and see the world your tow truck actually lives in. We are talking about high-productivity freight vehicles, or HPFVs. Now, these are not your standard trucks. To put it in perspective, the official definition says we're looking at vehicles over 26 meters long or weighing more than 68.5 tons. That's about the same weight as 45 regular cars.
I mean, just look at the sheer scale of these things. On the left, you've got a massive road train, and on the right, a truck hauling multiple shipping containers probably straight from a port. These aren't just trucks, they are the literal workhorses of our economy, and keeping them moving safely is a huge feat of engineering and regulation.
You know, to manage the immense weight of these vehicles and protect our roads, the rules get incredibly detailed. This table is just a tiny sample, showing how the maximum weight is calculated based on the number of axles. The difference between a triaxle and a quad-axle group can be up to 7 tons. That is literally the weight of an elephant.
And amidst all those complex weight charts, there are simple rules you can actually spot every day. If you see this road train sign, it's not just a cool name. It's a legal requirement for any vehicle over 30 meters long. It's a really crucial warning to other drivers to give that giant plenty of space.
So let's bring it all back to where we started. That one single stressful moment on the side of the road. We've seen how that one event is actually a gateway to all these different interconnected systems that are just constantly running in the background of our lives.
That one desperate search for a tow truck, it plugs you right into the battleground of digital marketing. The fee you end up paying is shaped by consumer protection laws. And the truck that comes to rescue you is part of a massive logistical framework governing everything from its weight down to the very roads it's allowed to drive on. It's all part of one huge, invisible system humming along right beside you.
And that's really the big takeaway here. Our world is just built on these incredible, unseen systems. So, the next time you're driving down the highway, don't just see cars and trucks. Try to look for the hidden networks, the invisible rules that are shaping the world in motion all around you. What else is out there that we're not seeing?